It's on like Donkey Kong. Hi, I'm Danielle Dufault, and you're watching Animalogic. Behold the mighty gorilla. No, gorilla. Yeah, that one. Donkey Kong is based on the gorilla, but how realistic is he? Gorillas are very physically imposing animals, but Donkey Kong is much larger. If you take the height of the woman Donkey Kong kidnaps in the original, Pauline, and assign her the height of an average American woman, 5'3", and compare against Donkey Kong, he's an astonishing 7'8", whereas an average adult male gorilla is only around 5'8". That being said, gorillas are big. With arms reaching up to 8.5 feet and weighing in at up to 500 pounds, they are not something that you'd want to upset. Though, despite their menacing appearance, gorillas are actually gentle vegetarians. Gorillas get their fearsome reputations from early explorers. They would stumble on a group of gorillas, peacefully munching away on their leaves and shoots, and frighten the bejesus out of them. The adult male in the group, called the silverback because of his defining silvery gray hair, would rush to defend his group and would display his very impressive canine teeth and make a lot of noise. He would then be promptly shot. So nobody really knew much about gorillas until they stopped shooting them and started watching them, back in the 60s and 70s. When Rare was developing Donkey Kong Country for the Super Nintendo, the first realistic-looking Donkey Kong game, they spent time at the Twycross Zoo in England, observing gorillas, hoping to integrate natural gorilla movement into their new Donkey Kong game. Unfortunately, the mission was marked up as a failure when they didn't see the gorillas moving very much, and they determined that natural gorilla movements would be unsuitable for such a fast-paced game. They ended up basing Donkey Kong's movements on that of horses instead, which means they clearly haven't seen this video. They also attempted to use authentic gorilla sounds in the game, but when they went to record the apes, they were silent. The gorillas that you see in zoos are almost always Western lowland gorillas.
Oh man!
Their species name, hilariously, is gorilla. The gorillas that you may have seen in movies like Gorillas in the Mist are eastern gorillas, specifically mountain gorillas. They look different. They're much hairier and darker in color, and there are none of those in any zoo anywhere in the world. This is because in the 60s and 70s, many attempts were made at capturing live mountain gorillas to start a captive population, and in the process, many adult gorillas died. And those babies that were captured promptly died in captivity. The reason for their inability to survive in captivity is unclear, but the leading theories are that they have very specific dietary needs, and the stress of captivity caused them to succumb to disease much more easily. On a lighter note, the word gorilla comes from a Greek word meaning a tribe of hairy women. That's just great. And like humans, gorillas are apes, not monkeys. Male and female gorillas look very different, as is only fitting, because they have very different roles in gorilla society. The adult males, the silverbacks, have those big pointy canine teeth, purely for shock value. They spend their day monitoring the group, determining where they'll go next, and protecting their females and babies, if need be, with their lives. It is not an easy life being a silverback gorilla. Before a gorilla male becomes a silverback, they often leave their natal group and hang out in all-male troops. The females will also usually leave their troop around adolescence to try and find a decent male to hook up with. It's basically like going to university. As a result, gorilla females within the group are usually unrelated to each other. This explains why gorillas in captivity often seem standoffish towards each other. People often exclaim that they seem unhappy because they don't play or groom each other. The real reason the adult females don't do that is because they don't really like each other that much. In fact, you can think of them more as sister wives than anything else. They stick together because they all mate with the same silverback. Once he dies, they usually disperse and find new groups. I smell an HBO series in the making. I'm sorry to say that while Donkey Kong Country would have us believe that gorillas love bananas, in reality, they don't. In the wild, gorillas seldom eat bananas and actually prefer eating the pith. You know, that annoying, white, stringy, bitter stuff? Yeah, that. There goes my childhood. Now what animals should I check out next? Please let me know in the comments, and be sure to subscribe for new episodes of Animalogic every week. Thanks for watching!